That's better. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Michele Jutrisa and I'm an independent demonstrator of Stampin' Up! Here in New South Wales, Australia. Thank you very much for joining me today. Please jump on, say hello, let us know where you're from. It's always great having people jumping on and saying hi and chatting with me while we're creating. So today I'm going to play with a product we've had for a little while, but I'm also going to play with a product that is recently released, but then we've also got some new added on products coming. Now, one thing I didn't check, and I'll just have a look now. So jump on while I'm doing this and say hello. I've just got to go onto my phone here and just have a quick look at something. Whoops, didn't like that. Okay, so let me just go into here. Whoops, that's where I want, that's that. Okay, so we've got some new foiling products coming, and just wondering when the new lot is coming out. Just bear with me 1 second. I'll see if I can pull this up. Okay. Is this going to tell me when this is going to be released? Should do. I've just got... No, it's not telling me. Okay, that's probably because I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, then, just bear with me 1 second. Sorry, guys. So I hope you've all... Okay, here we go. We've got some new... the hot foiling foil brush, a new hot foiling foil brush comes out on... I'm just reading this, sorry. That's not really telling me what I want to know. We have some new products coming out, and I'm just trying to work out which... We've got some new Christmas anyway. Let me just get started. Let me start all over again. Welcome. Okay, so what I'm going to play with today, I'm going to make a card. Let me turn this camera down. I'm fiddling around too much. Sorry about that. Okay, I've got all my bits and pieces there. We're going to be creating a card with the Stitched Seasons Designer Series paper, which is this beautiful one here with the quilting detail on it. Okay, and we're going to create a very simple card because this is a product I want to show you. This will be coming out in the next month or so. They are Christmas products. They are new hot foil dies. Okay, so if you're already a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you've got pre-order to order this. Now, this is the one I've ordered, and the reason for that is it's got some really great sentiments. It foils them all at once and die cuts them all at once. So if you're creating lots and lots of cards, then you can create a lot of different sentiments to go with them. They're also bringing out some new colours in the hot foils, and I've only just got a couple of them. This is one of them. Let me just grab a pair of scissors here to open this box up. This is the red, and there's also a green. I didn't get the green. I was sort of trying to choose which one I wanted to get. So you have the lovely red, and then you've also got copper, and there's a couple of other colours as well, which at the moment I don't have. And So there's the copper. Okay, so you've got both the red and the copper. So they're the two colours, and we're going to do a bit of foiling with that. I've got this warming up at the moment. I have got 2 pieces of cardstock here because I'm not quite sure what colour I want to use. I'm thinking of either going white on red or copper on, sorry, the red on the white and the copper on the red. So let's just make one of each and see how we go. So I've got my foiling over here warming up. Let me just have a look. I'm going to see if I can, there we go. It's just there on the side there. You can see that. And I'm just going to grab this foil, which I'll start with the red one. And let's just remove this little bit of sticky here. The first lots of foils we got, it was a little round sticker. This one's a bit more like a sticky tape. Just want to very gently pull that off because I don't want to, 1, rip the foil, or 2, scratch it. So we've taken that off. This hasn't beeped yet. Now, one thing I have learnt recently is not to overfoil. So previously what I was doing was setting this all up and then putting the foil on it almost straight away. Don't do that. Wait for that for your machine to warm up and for it to beep before putting your foils on there, because I think you are more likely to get overfoiling if your foil is too hot. So let me have a look. This is our die for our foiling, and I only want a piece which is going to be around about 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters. So let's cut a piece of about that size. Take that, I'm going to put that straight back in its box. That way we know where it is and we don't lose it on our desk. And we'll cut while we've got the die cut out here. We'll do the copper as well while I've got the trimmer in front of me. There's quite a bit coming up in that new catalogue with the hot foil dies, all Christmas related. So though some of them aren't necessarily just Christmas, I think you'll be loving a lot of them. I certainly do, but I had to be very choosy on what I picked. There we go. It has beeped, so let me just grab my hot foil die and I'm going to pop that onto there. So now that has beeped, that is actually ready for the next putting the foil on, but I'm just going to pop this away first so then it doesn't get damaged. Okay, so I've got that on there, and I'm going to put the shiny or the copper side down. So I want that dull silver side to the top. So it is going to go down. And then we're going to grab our cardstock, place our cardstock on top. Our shim. And that plate, and we'll just remove that, pop that away. And while we're just waiting for the next button to come up, we will pull out our cut and emboss machine. So fingers crossed I've got this all right now. I think the trick with this, with the overfoiling, is not to put your foil on too early. So, and I think that's where I was making a lot of mistakes in what I was showing you in the last month or so. Shouldn't take too much longer. So I hope you've all had a great week. As I said, please jump on and say hello. Just waiting for this next light to go, and then we can run it through. I've got our instructions here just in case. So just having a quick read just to make sure. It's something I haven't had a lot of play with as yet, so we've just got to wait for that green light to come on. Shouldn't be too far away. So we're just waiting for that one more light. I don't think you guys can actually see it because it's just sitting over here a little bit to the side. See if I can actually move that just a fraction that way so you can see the platform a bit better. And the beauty of this particular die, is it also has the piece here to cut out the wording as well. And the same with the wording before. You've got two little squares here, and I'm assuming I haven't looked properly, but there should be two little squares on that die piece as well. So lining this up should be quite easy. I'm just going to grab the plates so I've got them ready to line them all up. Seems to be taking quite a while here. So I'm sorry about this. Thought I'd started this nice and early. Had that all put on and heating up early. So while we were just waiting for that, we might just start building our cards. I'm just going to pop that up to there. So what I've got here for my card is a piece of Peaceful Pine, which I've already cut and scored. So let's fold this in half. I think waiting for this thing to beep again is just like waiting for that kettle to boil. It just takes a little bit too long sometimes, especially when we're going from stone cold. So let's line up that bottom edge and we will fold and score that. Then I've cut a piece of designer series paper, which is going to be the same size as my card front, and I've just made it just a hair not as long, because we don't, if I made it exactly halfway, it'd be on that fold. So let's just adhere those together. Oh, good, here we are. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining me. So I'm just going to pop these to one side and bring my cut and emboss back in, and we'll finish our hot foiling since now it has bibbed. So we've just got to remove that piece and take this, and we're going to very slowly take this through our cut and emboss machine. So we're just going to go very slow. Now I'm just trying to work out your name. Is it Bastille? And where are you from? And we're just going this quite slowly because you need the heat and the pressure to pop those through together. I'm not going to come back for a second time because that can cause things to move. So we're just going to slide this out and pop this back onto the silicone mat here at the side. And I'm just going to pop this into my shelf for a little bit. We'll get back to our card base in a moment. So let's just remove all our layers and see how we went. Now I am just going to re-plug this in because I do want to do my second one so we can work out which one we're going to do. I'll just remove that for a second. So we're just going to wait for that to heat up, but let's have a look at this. So let's peel off our backing. And there we go. We've got our beautiful, can you see that? So look at all those sentiments that we can now use on our card front. Now I have used, I've got a little bit of overfoiling, but by the time this is cut out, you won't notice it. And I have actually used regular cardstock, so it's not as smooth as, say, maybe the two-tone cardstock. So my lettering probably could have come out a little bit better. But we're going to, that's with the copper foil. We're going to repeat the process again, but this time using the red foil, and I have got the white cardstock for that. So we'll just wait for this to heat up again. So I'll go back to my card, and we've got our card base there, and we were going to adhere that onto there. So using my multi-purpose glue, now this is going to go from edge to edge. And I'm just sliding this paper around a little bit just to get that glue to spread, and then we're going to give this a really nice rub down just to spread all that glue out. Okay, that's now warmed up. I'm just going to use that just in case it's still hot. Let's just move that around a bit. Okay, you've got your grid on there so you can line that up. So that's already bibbed. So now we can pop our other four down. Again, remembering shiny side down. So let's pop that onto there. Pop my cardstock on. Put all my layers on top, and we'll leave that until it bips again. So while we're waiting for that, we can keep working on our card. So there's our card front. Now I've cut, this is just a fairly simple card. I'm letting the paper with this one do the work. So I've cut out the card front that I want to use, and I'm going to mat this on a piece of real red cardstock. And I've allowed the real red to have a little bit of a matting all around it, just to highlight it a bit. And we're going to adhere these two together on there. So it's just got a little bit of an edge around it. As I said, it's just a very, very simple card today because I really just wanted to show you the foiling. What I will grab is the red. I've just got to have a little bit of a search here. I'm just looking for I've got the, oh golly, just having a look in my box here for the ribbon that I wanted to use, which is that one, I believe. I'm hoping I've got the right one. And we're going to pop a little bit of this ribbon around our card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape on the either side of my card. So, and that's just going to hold my ribbon at the back. So I just need to tear off a piece of tearing tape. Now I want to have one piece of ribbon there and another piece of my tearing tape on the other side over here. Pop our ribbon, and I'm following the lines of the quilted pattern on the paper. And we're going to take that right over to there. So it's just giving it a little bit of a trim on there. Now, because I've used that, I'm going to, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue. Usually if I'm putting on ribbon, I would use dimensionals, but because this ribbon is such a flat ribbon and a very, very thin, fine ribbon, I don't feel like I need the dimensionals, and I want to put the dimensionals underneath that sentiment. So we're going to place that directly on top of our card. Now for the insert of our card, I have got a piece of real red and my basic white. And I did have here another die. And what I want to do for the inside of my card is I'm going to die cut this piece out. So I'm just going to grab my smaller cut and emboss. I'm still just waiting for this machine to finish heating up. Move that ribbon out of the road for the moment. So I've got my cardstock there, and I'm just going to layer my die on top and centerize that in the middle there. And I've just got this slightly at an angle, and that is just so then it's going to cover that well. I'm just moving that back into the middle. Pop that straight down on here. This is just going to give us a little bit of a decorative trim at the bottom of our card insert. Hi Marie, how are you? Thank you for joining us today. So if we peel this off, remove our die gently, we're left with that piece there. Clean that up later. So we've just got that really lovely piece there, and we're just going to adhere that to the bottom of this card base. So I'm going to adhere this piece onto here. I'm just waiting for my hot foiling system here to finish heating up, Marie, and then we're going to run that through our cut and emboss. I'm playing with one of the new heat foiling dies that will be coming out soon. And then this piece here is going to go, just add a little bead of glue either side. We're going to pop that on the bottom there, just to give us a little bit of a trim at the bottom of our insert, and then that can go on the inside of our card. I really love this designer series paper. I'm trying to work out, because they're such large prints, I want to do a scrapbook page with them, but they just make such easy cards because they've already got that beautiful print on there. Just trying to line that up a little bit better on the inside there. Give that a good press down. Make sure that that is well and truly adhered. While we're waiting for that, I'm just going to have a look and see what embellishments. I'm sorry, I've just got a box of embellishments. Is a little bit hard to get to at the moment because I've had to move my trolley out of the road. So that's that. Now I know that we had some Christmas ones that came out, that paper. So let's just have a look and see what we've got. And as yet, I don't know what foil we're going to use, but let's just have a quick look in here. Definitely going to have to go through this. I think I say this every week. I've got so many here, but a lot of them are already gone, and I need to sort them out. They're old ones from a year or so ago. They're the buttons. That's the ones that go with that. But I'm just wondering, no, I think I might stick with the buttons. So let's just pop this away. Let's not pop that away. Let's pop this over here somewhere. And I'll pop that away later. I've got a desk which is about the size of a dining room table, but it's still not big enough. Okay. So I'm still wondering what I'm going to do with the ribbon. Don't think I'm going to tie a bow as such, but I'm thinking of doing something like a folded piece like that with a button on top. But we'll wait and see what happens with this. We've got this one here, which we've already done, which is the real red with the copper on top. Hello, Sue. How are you? Just waiting. It's like waiting for a kettle to boil, waiting for this to heat up so we can run this through our cut and emboss. Pop my tear and tape away while we don't need it. Put these things away. So I hope everyone's had a great week. I'm going away on Sunday for a crafting day. Now these will fit. You can see on here we've got two little squares. We've got a little square there and a little square down there. And on the dies you have got those squares as well. The idea is we lay this on here and match up those squares. And that should match up perfectly when it comes to die cutting. So what I'm going to do, since I've done that and we're still waiting for this, I'm going to put a bit of tape on there, and that will just hold those in place. We'll grab our machine out because if it, oops, one of those didn't grab hold. And we might as well cut this one while we're waiting. So let's pop this on here, and I've just got to make sure that those are lined up again because it's just moved on me. Okay, let's pop a plate back on top of that. I hope everyone's got their fingers crossed. Let's run this through and hopefully we get a nice sentiment. I got everything out. No. Let's just use our take a pic tool just to pop everything out of there. I've mainly just got rubbishy bits left in there now. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what we've got here. So there's, whoops. Okay, the machine's beeped, so let's just pop that to one side again. I've got so many things popped to one side. Okay, let's grab our second plate. So let's remove our cord. So this one here is our basic, or our white willow cardstock with the red foil on it. And we're just going to pop that through, going very slow. Okay. Now remembering, if you haven't bought this machine, this hot foiling machine as yet, you do need to have the Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss. You cannot use this with the Big Shot. It's not big enough. I'm just going to move this out of the road for the moment. Bring it back in a second. And when you order the hot foiling machine at the moment, up until January or just early January or something, I'll have to look at the dates for you properly, you can get the hot foiling class for free. So I'm just going to remove that and pop that onto there so that can cool down. And let's have a look at this piece. Now I've got a bit of overfoiling on that. I'm not quite sure why. Don't know whether I didn't go through it slowly enough. We might just give this one another go because I think I really like the red. So let's pop that into there. I'm going to cut this anyway. And let's see what it comes up like. I think sometimes you need to do a fair bit of practice with getting this right. And I think this is where I'm having a few issues. I haven't practiced enough. So I don't know whether I'm not putting it through slow enough or I'm putting my foil on too soon. So let's just run this second one here through. So I'll pop that onto there. We're going to line up. Oh, where's that take a pic tool again? Just seen a piece of, we want that out of there. Let's line this up again. Sometimes things can look a lot better once you cut them out. So line all that up, but there is a lot there that it could even be that I haven't even got my, it's just going to have to wait. I'm going to pop that onto there because that's already, because it's been sitting there, it's already heated. Let's pop that through. How did this one come out? Let's have a look. Yeah. Still, I mean, some of these big ones I still need to, I think I need to practice a bit more. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut another piece. I've got some more white cardstock here. It could be, because I do recommend using a very smooth cardstock. So that's where the two-tone, like the white willow, would work quite well. And I've got some white willow just sitting over here. I thought this white piece here was white willow, but I hadn't compared it. So we will give it another burl. Okay, so let's just pop all of that over there. Let's grab our red again. Now that's the one that... So we need to cut about 9 centimetres. The yellow button is now going, so I'm going to pop the shiny side down. I have got some white willow cardstock sitting right here. And I'm going to just cut this down a bit. I'm going to cut this down to about 10. Hi, Monica. I'm trying to play with my hot foiling and I'm not getting a good impression. So I'm not quite sure what I've done wrong, but anyway, let's just have a look at what we've got here. Just clean that down so I've got that ready to go again. Pop it over there, and let's just sort out some of these. So we've got a couple of candy canes. Got one good candy cane, one not so good. We've got a good star. We've got a couple of good stars. Stars I'm happy with. They worked out well. We've got the word jolly. Christmas cheer. I'm not quite sure what I've done wrong there. It's like it's moved. It's like it hasn't actually adhered. So maybe I am going through too quick. Then we've got Merry Christmas. That one is definitely wrong. And we've got Holly, which is not a real good one. And 'Tis the Season. Then this here's all rubbish. So we'll get rid of that. So that's all with the red foil. And then we have the red with the copper foil. So we've got a couple of copper stars. That's got nothing left in that. I'll get rid of that. We've got Wishing You a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the magic of the season. Merry Christmas. I think that's just rubbish. Got another star. We've got Jolly and Holly. Happy Christmas. 'Tis the Season. Special delivery. And there's a candy cane and another candy cane and another star. So I have just got everything everywhere here today. I just need, sorry if I'm leaning across, I'm going to pop all of this into this little tray here. and then that's rubbish. Now don't throw away these pieces because we've also got a reverse hot foiling as well. So, and which is a, let's see if I've got the plate here. It's this plate here. So it's just a solid plate. I haven't even played with this yet. I'm definitely on my L's with this one. So that's the solid hot plate. So that will enable you to use this piece here. So we might throw this one on when this is finished. We might as well keep playing. Now, this is my card so far, and I was wanting to use one of these white ones. So hopefully the next lot will work out nicely, because I was thinking of putting something like that onto there. I don't think it was either that one, or could even do special delivery actually on that. And then maybe, so that's using the red one. Let's just cut a piece of ribbon. Maybe I'll end up using the red with the copper. Actually, I need that one to go underneath. And I'm just going to tie a faux bow. Let's see what this looks like. So that could work out quite well. Move that along a little bit. I'd probably cut those bits off. We don't need all of that length. Might just keep the angles of that going in the same direction. That's not too bad. And I think that knot's going to be too big to put a button on it. But what I would do is pop a dimensional or a couple of dimensionals underneath there. So just to really, really probably help if I took the backings off them, so then that could stick, wouldn't it? And instead of using those, what we could use, since I've got them sitting up here, oops, everything's just about to go flying. Let's just see if we've got something here that's going to be a little bit more glittery, because it does need, since we've got the copper, I'm not even quite sure whether these are still available or not, but I've got to clean up my desk. These have got like a coppery tone glitter, and since we've ended up using the copper, I think we do need a little bit of this just to give it that little bit of bling. So I'm going to pop one there. That's a small one. I'm going to do a small one and a big one. I'm going to do another big one and a small one next to it, and one more, and I'm going to put it a little bit higher up, so big one up there. Still want to find out how this is going to go. So there's a card. At least we've completed a card today. Yay. So really, really simple. That's really what I wanted to show you was this new die. But I've got to get this perfected. But anyway, just really simple and letting the paper here do all the work. So that's worked out quite good in the end. But let's wait and see. Hopefully we haven't got too much longer. We are just waiting for that little green light to come on. And we'll try again. And then I might throw, as I said, I might quickly throw this plate on. Okay, which way to work out which is upright, which is the back. On the back of this, it's got written, I don't know whether you can see it, but Stamping Up is written there. So I'm assuming that's the front. It feels a little bit different. It feels a little bit softer. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Sue. Let's just wait and see. Let's fingers crossed. Got my fingers crossed this one's worked out. Because really, let's grab this because I don't think it's going to be too far off. This is all a learning curve for all of us. We're all learning how to use these new tools all together, which, as you can see, we even us who are struggling a little bit with getting it right. So don't sort of think first time round you're going to have this all beautifully and perfect. It may take a little while to get it all sort of sorted out. But I think the waiting for it to heat up is one tip. Number two, using a very smooth paper. And with this new, it's sold out before you can get it. It's coming again. I mean, you just might have to wait, I think, until September or something for it to be back, Sue. So just think, you're saving your money. You're saving your money while you wait. Here we go. So let's take this, unplug this. We'll pop this back into here, and I'm going to see if I can go really, really slow. I might be just that little bit too quick. So I'm just going really slow, putting this through. I mean, I've heard two different things. I've heard some people say run it through twice. I've heard Stamping Up say only run it through once. I've heard if you run it through twice, you risk the chance of it moving, which makes sense. So we're going to do what Stamping Up says and just run it through once. But I'm actually putting this through at a snail's pace. Yeah, 7th of September, Sue, so it's not too far off. At least you'll still get that class. But I think it's been more popular than what they were expecting too, so, which is good. You just then got to master the use of it. So let's push that through and grab this, just grabbing it at the sides because it is warm. I'm not going to cut this one out because I just want to see whether we've got it right. And I'm just going to grab this piece so we can heat it up again straight away. and try the other plate. So let's have a look. Okay, everyone, got your fingers crossed because I'm hoping this has worked. I'm still not getting 100% on this, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I still got a lot of overfoiling and inside the letters as well. I'm not quite sure. If anyone can tell me what I am doing wrong, I would love to hear. So I'm just not quite getting this as crisp. Okay, let's pop this on. So that's our, just going to give that a bit of a move on there. I'm just going to have another, I'm hopeless at reading instructions. That's half my problem. But I really want to master this because I want to use this for scrapbook pages. Yeah, it is going fast. Time is going very fast, so it won't take long. Okay, so it says, the platform beeps and all lights briefly flash during heating approximately 6 minutes. Well, it won't take as long because this has already been heated up a bit. The white button says it's lit and the red light flashes. When the platform is ready to use, it beeps again. The red light stays solid. The white timer button flashes. Place the die flat side down on the platform. Yes. Press the white timer. Am I pressing the white timer? Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm forgetting to press that. That could be a big problem. I can't remember whether I did that or not. Okay. The platform beeps and the yellow light flashes. Okay, so that might be making sense. Maybe why I'm not, I can't remember whether I've pushed that little white button or not. Read the instructions, Michelle. Okay. Place the die flat side down. Platform beeps and the yellow light flashes while the die heats, approximately 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 1.5 minutes. While the white button, timer button, and the red light stays lit. When ready, the platform beeps again and the green light turns on and all lights will be lit. I think I'm getting step 4 wrong. The white timer button stays lit and the red light flashes. When the platform is ready to use, it beeps again. The red light stays solid and the white timer button flashes. Place the die down. Press the white timer. So I don't even know whether I've done that. So I'm going to press that now. I think I've worked it out. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. So let's grab my other piece of white cardstock and I'm going to, where's the gold one? I think I'm going to have to laminate this and stick it with me. I think the trick is put this on, heat it. Once it's heated, then you press that button. Then you wait for the green one to light up. Once the green one's lit up, then you can put your foil on. Should we do, no, we're heating that one now, so we'll do it with this. You know what? It's a good way to learn is by making mistakes and then working it out together. Okay, so now that's green one's going on. I'm going to pop that onto there. Shiny side is down. My cardstock on top. I'm going to pop my shim on. That piece on. Let's get all this out of the road. Bring in our machine. Now, sometimes it just takes one step to do wrong and nothing quite works. Take this piece, and you know what? I learn not so much by reading, but by doing. So now I'm going to take this, push this through at a snail's pace. If this works out, I'll be doing a happy dance. Okay. It was a little bit harder getting that through, I think, because that plate is bigger and solider. So winding it through was a little bit harder. So let's just have a look. I'll take all of that off. Now, that looks really good there. There's a little bit of plastic on here, and that needs to come off. So I can't. Let's use this. There's just a tiny little bit of clear plastic. And that comes off, and that goes into the bin. And there we've got that. So that's not too bad. I mean, this is probably not the best one, just for the fact that I didn't do it right with the others, and I'm going to be trying the others again a little bit later on. I have got some more this is another new one that's going to be coming up. So it's got a lovely circular image there, and you've got a wreath type one here, and you've got some speckles as well. So, and then you've got the dies to die cut them out. So and then you've also, this one comes with a stamp set, which is leaves. I wish there was just dies to cut these, so you're going to have to fussy cut some of these or just stamp them directly onto your cardstock. But do your foiling first and then stamp on top if you're going to do that. So that's something I've got yet to play with. So that might be this afternoon's job. So one lesson I have learnt today: when you heat this up for the first time, wait for that white light to beep, then press the button. And I think that's the mistake I've been making the whole time. But otherwise, I'm actually really happy with this card for today. So there's another one to go into my Christmas card pile. Probably just pulled that up, just that. I might just see if I can release that dimensional there a little bit. It's just pulling. It's okay. It's just pulling on that ribbon a little bit. It's not keeping nice and straight. So there you go. Even the best of us can do this wrong, and not that I'm saying I'm the best of us. I'm sure there's others out there that are way better than me. But yeah, push that button when that light beeps, and then wait for all those lights to go off before layering your foil and everything on. Really, your foil doesn't need to be heated up. It's really just the dye. The dye is being heated, and that's what's going right through that. The only thing with the foil is you put the foil on and then go through your machine very slowly to bond the foil to your cardstock. So, yeah, that's something to learn for today. And I'm going to, excuse me, love you and leave you and let you all go now. And I'm going to play with this die again. I can see lots of foiling happening in my future. Okay, have a lovely day, have a lovely weekend, and take care. And we'll see you next week. And you never know, we might try foiling yet again. Bye for now. Excuse me.